after she gives birth, her breasts, they fill up with milk. And why do you think that happens? Because she can feed the baby. You know, because if it gets filled up and it gets to the point where, you know, it has to come out, you know.
Yeah.
So it starts hurting, you know.
Yeah.
So it has to come out somehow, you know. So that's why, that's the nature of the baby getting that milk.
The baby has to get the milk. The baby needs the milk. Right?
So next one.
This is Isaiah 28:10. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little.
That's right. So the Most High, He speaks to us like children because He tells us the same thing over and over again in the scriptures, you know, and that should stay in your mind, you know, because that's why it says precept upon precept. You know, everything links up with precepts.
Line upon line,
Mm-hmm.
line upon line, and it says it more than once. Precept upon precept, precept upon precept, 4 times.
Yep. So you got it. There ain't no way you could read this Bible and not get the precepts. The precepts help you understand. Help you understand, you know, the whole Bible.
Man,
Because-
that's why you see GMS quoting scriptures, reading scriptures, reading scriptures, quoting scriptures, reading scriptures. So if you're trying to come into this church, it's good, like you said, it's good that you can prophesy, but you got to get the scriptures in there.
Because during the week, you got to get your lesson. You got to get a lesson out, you know. Also, you have to put up videos through the week, you know. So you got to be constantly, you know, you got to get your notebook. You got to have a notebook. You got to have your backpack, you know.
You got to have your gear.
Right? You got to have a pen. But what if you don't out here and don't have a pen? You want to give your information to somebody. I probably don't have one right now.
Yeah, I don't have one either.
But you know,
Well, I think I have one in the truck. But still, sometimes you don't have a pen, and it's up to them to remember. Just cruising around. Edom doesn't even know that time's up.
go to next 11.
This is Isaiah 28:11. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people.
That's right. So with stammering lips, the Most High is going to have to speak to His people. So that means, you know, through foreign oppressors, you know, we had to learn this truth through the English, you know, not through the ordinary Hebrew that the Bible was written in. You know, through our oppressors, we had to learn this through that language. It's a strange language, you know.
If we went to the land of Israel right now, and we heard those people that call themselves Israelis speak in that Yiddish Hebrew, we'd be like, what the fuck? I heard a E, I heard a O, I heard U, I heard all kinds of this bullshit. I didn't even hear the name. Part of the language is the name. Having the name is basically the most important part of the language. That's why the language was created. So that you can have the name.
Because Yahweh Shai, he spoke in the Hebrew, ancient Hebrew. He didn't say, no way he could have said Jesus.
It's me, Jesus.
It's me, Jesus, but later on there's going to be a J coming out.
Even though the J doesn't exist, even though the English doesn't exist. But that's a good point, man, because we had to learn through our oppressors. And each one of those oppressors had brought different languages to oppress us with. And just so you know, like it says in, let me get it real quick. This is Daniel 1 and 7, no, and 6. Now among these were the children of Judah, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Now those names are in Hebrew, but the king, Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon, changed their fucking names to this, verse 7. Unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave names, for he gave unto Daniel the name Belteshazzar, and to Hananiah Shadrach, and to Mishael Meshach, and to Azariah Abednego. There's stammering lips right there.
Just like today, we got English names. You know, that's why we went from English names. We went back to we put our ancient Hebrew names. You know.
So we'll have our English name, and then like I'm Hawak. This is Amawak.
Our worldly names. You know. We have our worldly names, but then we got, you know, our names from the Prince of the Power.
We'll make another scripture.
Read 11 and then go to
This is Isaiah 28 and 11. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people, to whom he said, this is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest, and this is the refreshing, yet they would not hear.
That's right. So right here, right here where we're teaching the truth, this is the place where you get refreshed, you get what do you say? Rest. You get rest here.
The rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest, and this is the refreshing. The refreshing.
Refreshing. And I think they said refreshing means new. You know, when you refresh, like when you refresh the screen, it becomes new.
Comes new.
So here we are teaching our people, you know, the truth about the Bible, but then it says that it would not listen. I think.
13.
12.
Yet they would not hear.
That's right. So if you're not trying to hear, that means you're not even listening.
There's nothing worse than someone that doesn't want to listen. You tell them, hey, cut that hair, did this, did that.
Yeah. I mean, how hard is it? I mean, it's not hard. You know, a basic, something that's basic. You know, we've been doing it for a year. Every week. You know,
Following laws and rules and regulations. Like today's the Sabbath.
yep, that's right. The sun's going down.
All the way till tomorrow.
Yep. See, so we know that these signs, we know the signs of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you know, and with that we're more in connection, more in spiritual connection with Him.
Let me get 13.
Yeah, let's see what that says.
Isaiah 28 and 13. But the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai was unto them precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little, and they might go and fall backward and be broken and snared and taken.
Yeah. See, so the Most High, he put it out, you know, precept upon precept, line upon line, but yet you're still stumbling, you're still falling.
Here a little,
You know?
there a little. And I guess that's why there's different camps. They're all snares. You have to figure out which one is the truth. Now, if you're going to go ahead and say that, oh, GMS has the truth, then you might as well just follow the GMS doctrine. And if you're going to follow the GMS doctrine, you're going to follow the dress code. And if you're going to follow the dress code, you're going to follow the way we are.
because we did a video this week too, and it was it was on 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Because it says 1 Corinthians 14 and 40, let all things be done decently and in order. Okay, so let me get the definition for order. Everything has to be done this way, in order. And order is down the line, you know, 1, 2, 3, you know. That's why last week, that's what this brother said. 1, 2, 3. That means the order of how we came into the truth, you know.
And 3 don't tell 2 what to do.
The apostles, we're under the apostles, so, you know, they're over us.
So let me give you a similitude. Let's say you order a pizza and they get your fucking order wrong. Are you gonna be mad? You're gonna be fucking mad, right? You just tell them I want everything except pepperoni, but the motherfucking pizza has pepperoni and bacon. You're gonna be fucking mad because you told them everything except those 2.
So it said, let everything be done decently and in order. So order means an arranging or arrangement of order. You know, so when we have camp, we just don't say, you know, you could wear what you want, or you could do what you want, or, you know, we arrange it to a specific a plan. You know, because our teachers, the majority of them is what you see, how we look. You know, this is how they look. The GMS brothers, never would you see them in a t-shirt. Never would you see the Apostle Tahar in a t-shirt, or Apostle Gabar. They're cloth the same way we are. And order, it means character, fashion, quality, style. Okay, so fashion is what? Dressing.
Style too.
Style is dressing.
Hawashai has long garments. We should have long garments. This is the shortest garment I got, and it's still kind of long. I just have to pull it up. It goes past my crotch.
Yeah, because the reason why Great Millstone, the reason why they have long garments is because we're trying to look like our Lord Yahushua, because it says that he was clocked down to the foot.
If anything, we're the number one group that is trying to follow the Bible.
That's right, because
in order.
You got Great Millstone but only in big cities, you know. But out here, we're a small city, but still we're trying to look like Great Millstone. We're trying to be in their order.
Trying to be in order.
You know, that's why. I know when that brother seen us over there, he thought we were Great Millstone.
That's what he said first.
You know what I'm
saying?
Because when I talked with them other brothers, the ones who came up, you know, they said they were in a Sakari spirit, you know, like wearing boots and things like that. So that's why I said if you're GMS, automatically we're gonna notice that that's GMS right there. You know, they're following the doctrine of GMS. You know, even by the way we look.
We're gonna recognize by the Spirit.
You know.
That's how it is. So you would think that if they're looking the same, they would follow the same code of ethic, same discipline.
Because everything is ordered, from how you dress to how you speak to how we bring out the scriptures. You know, there's a way you have to do it, and we already have it. Because order, it also means a fixed succession, observing a fixed time.
Oh.
And that's what we have. We already have, it's already fixed. You know what I mean? If another brother wants to come in, he has to be fixed the same way we are, observing a fixed time. You know, because we out here in a fixed time, that's every week.
Let me get this. This is Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. So there's an order. The prophets that have been before us, so we have got to come back and do the same thing. That's a cycle. That's called a cycle. That's reincarnation. We were prophets before, so we're prophets now, prophesying about the same thing. And then people even say, oh, you guys been doing what the ancients been doing. Old prophets been doing that, man. The old timers been doing it. Yeah.
That's right. Let me read a little bit more of this definition, because it said everything must be done in decently and in order. So order, it means due or right order, orderly condition. It says the post, rank, or position which one holds in civic or other affairs. Okay, so in an order, in any order, there's a post and a rank, a position. You know,
Everybody has a position.
you know, in a family, there's an order.
You were just born in that order. That's where you have to speak.
And the order of humanity is, you know, Yahushai, man, woman. That's the order right there. That's called an order too.
And the two most important races on the planet, the two most important people, are Jacob and Esau.
Yep, the two most important, Jacob and Esau. You can't read the Bible and not read Jacob and Esau. You know?
Because in the New Testament it talks about him, but it just doesn't. It talks about Esau, how he sold his birthright, and then it also talks about the dragon, who's also Esau's sister.
Esau is the end of the world.
And how the hell are you gonna understand the scriptures if you don't understand who Esau is?
Esau's the wicked man in the Bible. You
He's
know,
the devil.
never do you hear anything good coming from Esau. You know, he has a future destruction coming.
Hey, like you said, that's his order. That's his rank. That's his position.
Yep. That's right. Because he has a high position, even though Esau has a high position, just like how Pharaoh had that high position. That's how the Most High likes to do it. He likes to bring you up and then bring you down.
Man. Like that one song from the old breakdancing song, I take you to the top and then I let you drop.
Oh,
Man, hey. So for you dummies that say God is good, how about that hurricane? Is God still good? How about that hurricane, huh? How about
They're saying God is only good at the moment for them.
come on, man. God's perfect balance. The one that you call God's perfect balance. And you don't even know his name, so what the hell are you talking about? God's so good he didn't even tell you his real name. Hey, if you ask any one of these men that have an affair with a woman, do you think they tell him, you think that man tells that woman that he's having an affair with his real name? Come on. You don't even know his real name. Calling him God. You're the affair, okay? Esau is so fucking proud. I bet you he's proud of that S10. That's a beautiful truck though. But that's his pride and joy, man. That's his pride and joy, I bet you. My pride and joy is having knowledge in Yahweh Shai, knowing that I'm an Israelite.
Right, because the truth will set you free. But does that man know the truth? I doubt it.
Smelling like fucking gas over here.
Yeah. Polluting.
Let me get that message.
Let me read a little more on says, since this position generally depends on one's talents, experience, and resources. Okay, so now the order depends. So what position you're in the order depends on your talents, your experiences, and your resources. Okay, so we've had experience. We've been studying. We got the resources right here. Our position is filled.
And that's it. If you don't like it, take it up with the Most High. This position is taken, buddy.
I mean, our position fills, the hose. That you got the sign.
Hey, when we came into the truth, there was a help wanted sign. Spiritually. And we had seen it, and we were interested in that job. We made an inquiry, we got an application, we filled it out. That time was called the studying time, the watching videos time, the making a choice time. And then we got the job, and then the job is right here. We're preaching and prophesying the truth of this Bible, the How Bashem Yahushai.
Right. So first we got the experience, and then we got the resources. How to get the resources. And now we're showing our talents.
Yep.
Because coming out every week on a different subject. Hopefully to edify as much minds that we can.
Yeah. We're in Isaiah 28. This is Isaiah 28 and 14. Wherefore hear the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, ye scornful men that rule this people which is in Jerusalem.
See, so the same thing we're telling you is hear this word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to you scoffers.
Scornful men.
Right.
Keep going. Read it again.
Jeremiah 23 and 4.
Jeremiah 23 and 4. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
So it's going to set up shepherds over them. So we need shepherds, because there's shepherds and there's sheep. That's why they call it the lost sheep of Israel.
And there's also good shepherds and bad shepherds.
Yeah.
I will give 5. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch. And a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth.
That's right. So that it says there come a day when he's going to raise up a prophet, because all the prophets, they were gone. They were dead and gone. Wasn't nobody able to find the mystery of this Bible, But then he said he's going to make a branch come out of the line of David.
Let me get this next one too. Verse 6. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely, and this is his name whereby he shall be called, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, our righteousness.
Yeah. So that's in that day, Judah will be saved.
So, that's talking about prophecy. This day. Somewhere around this time.
And that's going to be his name. The name that we have now is going to stay like that.
Let me get in that scripture?
First Corinthians
This is 1 Corinthians 2:1. And I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellency of speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of Yahweh.
That's right. So this was Paul, and he's saying when he came, he didn't come with excellency or, great words. Like how it said, how a rich man, when he speaks, everyone shuts up. He didn't come like that. And it says right there, is it Yahweh's mystery, or to tell him his secret?
Well, let me read it before. And I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellency of speech or wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony
That's right.
of Yahweh.
Declaring the testimony.
And in order for you to give a testimony, you have to have testicles.
That's right.
Can't no woman preach the Bible?
That's right.
You have to have testicles. You have to be a man in order to believe in this.
Yeah. Because if you're a woman, you have to learn from
a man.
From a man. But your husband,
Not just whoring around. First Corinthians chapter 2, verse 4. And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power.
That's right. So when he was speaking his message, he just got to speak it plain. Just give it clear. He wasn't giving it any persuasive speeches.
He wasn't trying.
He was relying on the Holy Spirit to speak through him. Because that's what speaks through us is the Holy Spirit.
Yep. This is Ecclesiasticus 11 and 12. Again, there is another that is slow and hath need of help, wanting ability and full of poverty. Yet the eye of Yahweh Shem Yahushai looked upon him for good and set him up from his low estate. Ecclesiasticus, say 11?
11 and 12.
11 and 12. Again, there is another that is slow and hath need of help, wanting ability and full of poverty. Yet the eye of Yahweh Shem Yahushai looked upon him for good and set him up from his low estate.
That's right. So somewhere there's another brother that needs to get woken up. He needs help. Wanting ability, and he's full of poverty because that's the state that the Israelites are in, but it says, yet the eye of Yahweh Shem Yahushai looked upon him for good and set him up from his low estate. And that's what Yahweh Shem Yahushai is doing right now, because all of us Israelites are in a low estate, but through this word, we're getting upon a high. Yahweh Shem Yahushai lifting
From our low estate.
Yeah, from our low estate.
Putting us on a higher level. That's what it means to be on a higher level. verse 13, and lifted up his head from misery, so that many that saw from him is peace over all the. Let me see. Let me read it. This is Ecclesiasticus 11 and 13. We'll read from 12 and then go into 13. Again, there is another that is slow and hath need of help, wanting ability and full of poverty. Yet the eye of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai looked upon him for good, and set him up from his low estate, and lifted up his head from misery, so that many that saw from him is peace over all the prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
So it said, and lifted up his head from misery, so that many that saw it marveled at him. Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So all that comes from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It says wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the law are of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Love and the way of good works are from him.
And love, people don't know what love is, you know. Because love is following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. You know, so if you're saying you love your woman, or if your woman's saying that she loves you, but she's not following the law, statutes, and commandments, she don't really love you.
Nope.
You know?
Right. So how come someone love you that goes against what you believe?
That's right, because love is an action, not a word. Love is an action. You don't have to tell somebody you love them to show them that you love them.
Can I get something else?
Jeremiah 1 and 4. That might be the last one.
This is Jeremiah 1 and 4. Then the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai came unto me, saying, read 5th.
Oh yeah.
Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
That's right. So before